So I don't really know where to begin with this topic because it's evident that healing is not a priority in the color community. Like, it really is not an important enough resource that we're using it. And I can include we in this discussion because I'm a person of color, and for a really long time see I didn't see the value in self-healing, and for a really long time I just accepted the weird, kind of felt like a spell, this weird spell that was over my body, and it was like a dark cloud. And this feeling it's normal. You're not gonna always be this happy, chipper-go-lucky, blah blah blah, skipping through the halls type of person. And if you are, like, that's awesome, but to the real world and the rest of us, that's fake, because you can't always be happy all the time. Like, even if you are walking with God and you are moving in a more spiritual walk than others, you are still going to have trials and tribulations and wilderness season and a time where, no, you're not always going to be the happiest. And so being normal is also having a lot of unhappy moments, because how are you going to know you're happy if you're not taking the time to see what your unhappiness looks like and what that feels like and how to sit in it? Sit in your unhappiness. Sit in your misery. Sit in that. Feel it. Absorb it. Understand it. Understand it. Try to maneuver through it so you can learn how to be a stronger person. It doesn't happen any other way besides getting on your rain boots and trudging through it. Like, so to see a whole bunch of people just sitting in the storm and letting the cloud follow them around instead of grabbing an umbrella and fighting back, we have a whole bunch of people taking out their misery and their depression and their woe is me on the rest of the world. The rest of the world is putting in their work to not be miserable. You need to put in your own work, and nobody's going to hold your hand. Nobody is going to give you any more advice than what they've already given you. We've seen what happens when the hurt just travels through you and with you through life. You're miserable. Nobody wants to be around you. You start to be this old bitter woman or man, and you start to be resentful, but it's being projected on other people. But reality is, when pain happens in a certain amount of time frame, acceptance, ownership, and something else, resistance to that, because not resistance, resiliency to that, and then healing. So you need to accept what happened to you because it happened. You can't take it back once it happened. Own up to if it was your fault, in any way. Even if it wasn't completely your fault, owning up to the part that was your fault is called accountability, and that's something that will help you heal. It usually takes two to have a situation that goes south that needs healing, and sometimes it's more, but you don't hurt yourself unless you intentionally walk out one day, I'm gonna go hurt myself. Like, no, it usually is somebody else or something hurting you, but taking accountability for what part you played in that hurt is very important. Like, so after that, it's only healing from there. You can only do so much in making sure it doesn't happen again, or taking ownership of what part of the hurt you had in it. From there, it's just, okay, what can I do to move forward, move on from this, see the bigger picture? How can I continue to think of my situation, my life, as positive, worth fighting for? Because at the end of the day, as painful as it sounds, nobody cares. Nobody's coming to save you. People will let you dwell and live in your hurt for years. Years. They'll mention it like, oh, you need to heal, and oh, you need therapy, but they don't really mean it. They're not pushing you and telling you, hey, like, you need to get out of this. Like, I don't even want to be around you if you're going to be on that. Like, people need to start moving like that. Like, make people want to heal. Like, and you do that by saying, hey, like, this is making me uncomfortable. Like, I'm trying to get up and out and away from that kind of stuff. Like, I'm sorry you're feeling this type of way. If you want to talk, let me know. If you don't want to talk, let me know. If you need space, I got you. I'll be over here. But sitting there with that person and, yeah, life sucks. Yeah. I mean, it is what it is. And yeah. No! We're not making this some type of, like, misery needs company type of situation. Like, we're capping that. Cap it. No. Especially if you have energy where you can heal with your words, you can heal by just being around somebody with your energy, being so just loving, and people pick up on that. And if they think that's what they need to heal, they'll, like, latch on to you any way possible, even if it's not even conducive to helping them or you. That's how bad people want to heal. And so, seeing those type of situations recently, I have to put my foot down, because I had to heal myself. I had to sit back one day in my funk and, wow, like, I don't want to be like this forever. Like, fight the funk. And everybody's funk is different, so you can't expect somebody else to fix your funk if they have their own funk to fix, especially if you're not even sure how funky somebody else's funk is. And if you're expecting them or wanting to get funk help from them, like you want them to help you with your funk, you have to, first of all, let people know off the top, hey, like, I'm going through this right now, X, Y, and Z, and I noticed that you've also been through this. Tell me how you got past it, blah, 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 blah. If somebody's coming at you like that, okay, well, you definitely need to decide, hey, like, I'm going to help you, or hey, like, no, like, it really was traumatizing for me. I don't want to think about that kind of stuff again. I can't help you. you got to respect people's boundaries, and that starts with learning your boundaries so you can peep other people's boundaries. If you're interacting with somebody and you notice small little things about them, they're probably their boundaries. So respect people's boundaries and kind of learn from observation what that person's boundaries is. And if you need to ask, so be it. Like, it's just decency, and I feel like a lot of people have lost decency for each other, and that could be a reason why people are so standoffish and could give a care less about healing, because people are so used to being hurt, they don't see a point in healing to keep getting hurt. But my whole thing is, if hurt people keep hurting people, when can healed people be with healed people when a majority of the world is hurt and doesn't want to join the heal club? Like, so for the rest of my life, I have to continually seek a healed person while fluffing through the hurt people. Like, that's a lot of work. And that's exhausting in itself. So instead of putting all the work again on somebody else, let's heal ourselves. And remember that to see change around you, you have to change yourself. So, like, to possibly be an example, you have to take the lead and set the example. Like, as painful and as not in your comfort zone as it is, we have to take the steps to be the healed, so we could tell the hurt, hey, been there, done that, not going back. How can you get out of that? Here's what I did, but everybody's journey is different, so you need to sit with yourself. Stop being afraid to sit with yourself. Stop being afraid to learn about yourself. Like, all you got is yourself. You came in this world alone, you're gonna leave alone. Like, so in order to continue living in this world, not miserable, not wanting to kill yourself, not wanting to jeopardize your free life to sit in a prison cell because you did something stupid because you're not healed, we ain't about that life. We're ending it in 2022, and moving forward, we need to be actively healing ourselves, actively healing those around us by being the healed. Like, and I'm saying this after sitting in a funk for a really long time. Like, anybody around me could tell you, she went through it. Like, for a long time, I was just like everybody else. I was simmering in my hurt. I was letting it, I was cooking in my hurt. I was boiling in it. I was letting it run my life. I was letting it control my thoughts, my actions, my moods, what I was saying to people. Hurt will get you hurt. So I advise everybody to handle your hurt. Be the healed, not the hurt. Take care.